like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Okay, now I wanted to give y'all some insight on what KG and both KG and Paul Pierce had to say as they give their take on who is the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics. Okay, and many people are going to be kind of surprised by this. Now, if you're a hardcore Celtics fan, then you shouldn't be surprised by their answer. But KG and Paul Pierce, especially Paul Pierce, he said that the biggest threat to the Celtics possibly is Miami. Okay, and the reason why he did say this is because, of course, they have made some acquisitions and some moves and stuff. Um, and they also mentioned the fact about Bam, which is what I said yesterday in regards to Porzingis, in that middle area. What's up with it, Ted? I see you in the building, bro. And also, Scary Terry coming back, and then you had he mentioned Vasquez being a threat, and of course, uh, we can't forget about uh, Jimmy. Okay, playoff Jimmy. All right, that is the one guy that they do fear. Now, Paul Pierce alluded to the fact that while Jimmy Butler might not have made the All Star team, he may only does somewhat okay in the regular season. He said that when Jimmy Butler plays against a team like the Celtics or anybody else in the playoffs, he takes his game to another level. He said Jimmy can, and I'm gonna put all this in the description so that y'all can, the link in the description so y'all can take a look at it. He said Jimmy Butler goes from scoring like 21 points up to like 35 points. Okay, and the thing about it is I think they have a good point. Their point is very well taken. Listen, one thing that they mention is the rivalry between these two teams when we talk about Boston and when we talk about the Heat. Okay, and even Paul Pierce, he had posed a question. He said, "Who do you think is the biggest rivalry right now?" And everybody was mentioning different teams and everything. He said clearly the biggest rivalry right now, in his opinion, it's the and when we're talking about conferences, it's the Boston Celtics and it's the Miami Heat. Okay, and I had to come and think about that for a second. Now, some people will say the rivalry between like a team like the Nuggets and the Lakers. Um, but we can't give that as a rivalry because another point that Paul Pierce had alluded to was the fact when a team owns you, that's not really considered a rivalry. Okay, and I think there was some other teams that they tried to mention, like someone called out my team, the Sixers, but KG was right. They they own us. You know what I'm saying? I hate to admit that, but we don't stand a chance against some of the upper echelon teams. And on top of that, they did not mention the Bucks or any of these other teams that are a threat to to the Celtics. Yeah, I know, man. I know. What, man? We gonna have our time, Ted, and one day we gonna get the last laugh, man. But hey, you know what, Ted? We got y'all on our resume, okay? So I don't want to hear that. We we cooked y'all in '83, all right? Hey, that I can say. We cooked y'all in '83, and I'm proud of that, all right? '83, the year I was born. When I talk about the Sixers and the Lakers, but the thing about it is they don't see any of these teams as a threat. Now, what I said is I saw You're right. I was a baby, hey, but I made it though. You know what I'm saying? I might have not been able to grasp what was going on, but hey, I made it though. But the thing about it though is, some of these other teams, they were saying that they don't, see them as a true threat. Now he mentioned the thing that he mentioned about Milwaukee. The concern was, and this was what KG said, and I thought that this was a good point, was about Middleton, not necessarily because of his play, but they're talking about his health, because I think Middleton had missed like 11 games, 11 or 12 games or something like that. Okay, and so if we look at it from that angle, then he does have a good point. But he did say that Doc does have them, because as you know, they both played for Doc, and they both were coach for Doc, and they're both believers in Doc's philosophy, you know, and they play pretty good up under Doc. Uh, but I can agree with that. Now I said the Heat, and I think, to my recollection, I had mentioned when I was talking about this yesterday, I was talking about the Magic. Everybody's sleeping on a team like the Magic and some of these other teams and stuff, but you can't do that when the playoffs come, because next thing you know, y'all will be knocked out, and then next thing you know, you have a team that you wouldn't even expect. Listen, I understand that the NBA, they want to put their marketing dollars behind certain franchises in order to win. They want to do it. This still is a business and everything, but what they have to understand is that the NBA is starting to become a thing of parody now. Okay, Magic edition of Joe Ingles was huge. Yeah, absolutely. We'd already had mentioned that, and the thing about it is too, is I had mentioned both Orlando and Miami, because those teams could kind of sneak up on you. You could get laxed and think that this team isn't good, or they're not going to do anything. With the Heat, let me go back to the Heat for a second. See, a lot of people don't really look at Bam, and my thing is this about Bam, man. Bam, he should be more appreciated. You're talking about a guy, pretty much almost every single season, where he's in the running for a defensive player of the year. And so when we talk about a guy like Bam, he could pretty much play both ends of the floor, and on top of that, he's in this stage of his career, I think over the past couple of seasons, he's actually stretched out his game a little bit. And that could be dangerous. Then of course you can't say enough about Jimmy Butler. KG was alluding to the fact that he plays both ends of the floor, and he knows how to turn it up. It's just the fact of Miami staying healthy. Another key thing, you said Bam is a good passer. Yeah, he's a very good passer. Very slept on, very hard working guy, man. I've always appreciated Bam. If you go look at my older videos, I always talked about Bam not getting the credit that he deserved. Um, another key aspect that KG had pointed out too, as well as Paul Pierce, they had mentioned the coaching aspect when they talk about Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra is of course a future Hall of Fame coach and everything. Um, Eric Spoelstra is a phenomenal coach, and he knows what he's doing. That's why Pat Riley still has him there. We have to look at that aspect too. I'm thinking, like, if a team like Boston faces a team like Miami, I think Eric Spoelstra will outcoach Joe Mazzulla. And that's no knock on Joe Mazzulla, but Eric Spoelstra has a more defensive mind frame. And I'm talking about, if they have a better chance to win. And on top of that, you also got to look at it from a pressure aspect too. I look at it like this too, Ted. Check this out. I said this yesterday. If the Boston Celtics are number one, and let's say Miami is in that, like a number 8, or in that seed, and they end up facing a team like Miami, Boston Celtics are going to be under the most pressure. Okay, it's going to become a thing of pressure. It's going to become a thing of pressure because of the expectations that people have year after year of the Celtics, and they don't want to lose because they automatically know that once they lose, people are going to continue to criticize them, and also people are going to say, you know what, we were right about y'all. Every single season, y'all go here and then y'all can't close or y'all can't finish everything. Something that Brown Sugar was saying and Cypress was saying yesterday. Uh, what's up with it, Ron? I see you in the building, man. So I agree. You said Kevin Love has a championship DNA. Yeah, absolutely. And people forget about Kevin Love, man. It's sad that they forget about a guy like Kevin Love who, like Chris Bosh, made the ultimate sacrifice to play with a guy like LeBron. You know what I'm saying, for the betterment of the team. He struggled with mental health and everything, but he got back on track and he's found a new home. You know what I'm saying? And Pat Riley appreciates him. So uh, I know some people are like, "Oh, well, ain't nobody talking about the Heat. Nobody talking about the Heat." Hey, they've said that in the past, and guess what? Look at where it landed them. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm guilty of it. I've said, I didn't see the Heat as a threat, but the more I kind of looked at them and I looked at their roster and I looked at the moves that they made, I was like, well, maybe they might have a. You said Kevin Love ain't been shit without LeBron. Well, what's Miami's record, Ron? Since you bring that up, and what's the Lakers' record? Okay, well, that like I said, that closes another argument again because the Miami Heat are well in position. If they started the playoffs today, they would actually be in the playoffs. Y'all would be fighting for the play-in. So you got to come a little bit stronger than that. Okay, you said D Wade. Uh, Heat culture is real. Yeah, absolutely. D Wade deserves more love though. It's just his son messing him up. Man, I don't get into the off the court stuff, man. Whatever life that they choose to live, that's what they choose to live or whatever. But on the basketball court, yes, D Wade is that guy, or was that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he too made another ultimate sacrifice uh, for the betterment of the team. When we talk about playing with a guy like LeBron, you said how many rings did the Heat got? Well, they got 3 rings, man. They got 3 rings. They still have a championship. They still have championship hardware. And if we're gonna go there, did LeBron have any rings before he went to Miami? Okay, I know what angle you're getting ready to go at. So you could go ahead and you could try to come with all this, stuff, but you're not gonna win that argument at all. You know what I'm saying? And also, you got to look at the sacrifices that those guys made. And LeBron wasn't the only one that got championships when he went there. Okay, Chris Bosh got a championship, and D Wade got a championship. Mario Chalmers got a championship. Udonis Haslam had a championship, in which he had a championship before LeBron had came. Yeah, they're relatively new. Well, they were a relatively new team in terms of the expansion. Right. Well, and I understand that, but I know what angle you're getting ready to go at in terms of LeBron. Of course, you have to understand that. Like I said, it makes Ted's point. The Lakers are a much older franchise. You know what I'm saying? The Boston Celtics are a much older franchise. The Heat didn't come until the 80s in 88, 89. So you got to take that into account. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with the Raptors. It's just like with the Vancouver Grizzlies. So, I mean, the rings argument in terms of the teams, or the trophy arguments, or the raising the banner argument, when we talk about expansion and older teams, man, that's so subjective. Okay, but they're in the playoffs though. Right now they're I think it was 7th seed to my knowledge. But y'all lost to the Kings last night. So what does that say about y'all? And y'all are 0-8, I think 0-10. Shout out to Two Raw and shout out to Reg Dog. They both fact checked me on that too. They're 0-10 actually, against against the Kings. So at least win a game against the Kings, and then we'll. Right, exactly. Right. You said what have they done in the last 10 years? Right, but didn't LeBron play for them? He played for them that franchise, right? And they also went to the finals. Yeah, within the last couple of seasons. Okay, they didn't get it. They didn't get over the hump, but they still were in position. They've always been in position. Now they've had their struggles here and there and everything, but they're still a competitive team. So if y'all don't make the playoffs, right, and the Heat do, what does that say about your franchise? They get smashed every time they go to the final. Right, but you're talking about, let's put that into context. Look at what happened. Jimmy Butler was playing hurt. Okay, he was playing hurt, and they were all beat up. And then on top of that, they played in your whole this thing about, oh yeah, forcing people to play at a time period when nobody was really even thinking about basketball at that point in time. Nobody was thinking about basketball. Let's just be honest. But they still played the game. Nevertheless, they didn't make no excuses. They just took a L. Right. Well, not me. I'm not making any excuses, and definitely, that would probably be you, or whatever excuse that you're going to come up with for LeBron not making the playoffs or not making the play-in or whatever you're going to do. You're going to make any. You made an excuse just now talking about against the Kings. There's no excuse. Can you at least get a win in the regular season? Okay. Said Lakers have Rachel Nichols a ring for wearing out. Yeah, exactly, man. She pulled out everything out of him. You know what I'm saying? Pulled out information. She pulled out motivation. You know what I'm saying? And she pulled out recreation, if you know what I mean. But anyway, man, that's a whole nother topic. He said all Jimmy did was get with Rachel. Well, yeah, he did, and you see what happened. That's why the great Muhammad Ali said he didn't have any sex before the fights. But hey, that's just alleged. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? What they do is what they do. They was in the bubble for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that was them. But besides that, man, yeah, man, the Heat are a force to be reckoned with. KG, Paul Pierce, they both agree that the Heat are a threat to the Celtics. We're talking just Eastern Conference. I don't know how we got on, the Heat versus the Lakers or whatever the case is. But, besides that, you said they're overrated. Well, yeah, hey, maybe that's your opinion, but they have a rivalry. The Heat and the Celtics have a rivalry. Let's not forget, Ron, that the Celtics own the Heat for several years. That was up until Brown had made the move, and then they finally got over the hump with beating the Celtics. Right. Yeah. What's up with it, Cypress? I see you in the building. You missed quite a bit, Cypress. But basically, what I was saying is that KG and Paul Pierce feel like the biggest threat to the Celtics is the Miami Heat, not the Bucks. Okay. Now, Cypress, I got to allude to the fact of what you said yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You did say that the Bucks are looking at probably a second round exit, and then you also said that the Celtics, cannot close. So if you take that into account, yesterday I was saying that the biggest threats are possibly Orlando. Everybody was saying that I was capping, and I also mentioned the Heat because of Bam in the middle when we talk about Porzingis. Right. Yeah, he left Miami. I mean Boston for Miami, which I wasn't mad at Ray Allen for that. Matter of fact, I applauded it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, everybody acts like Danny Ainge is just as. Oh wow, we have so much respect for you, man. He's the complete opposite of Pat Riley. He's an asshole. He's narcissistic, and he doesn't give a fuck about his players, just like he did Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, exactly. It's the Indiana Pacers is the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics. Well, they said the Miami Heat. Okay, they said the Miami Heat because it's a rivalry. Um, the Pacers aren't. a big rivalry to the Celtics or whatnot. I like Halliburton, and I love what what they're doing there. Um, and Miles Turner, of course, and I love the speed that they play at. We'll just have to see. Now, I would tell you this: the Indiana Pacers, they're a big threat to the Bucks because they've had the Bucks number this year. Well, we'll have to see. I think that the Celtics, I think that they'll probably end up beating the Pacers, but the Heat are definitely a force to be reckoned with too as well. You also got to think, man. Um, as much as I like Miles Turner, I've seen Miles Turner. The dude can ball. He don't have nothing on Bam. You said Pacers got a star in the closing in Halliburton. Well, I mean that was in the midseason, but don't forget, they've also had health problems too as well. Cypress, and I like the Pacers, but we also have to take into account uh, their pedigree too as well. And Halliburton, he doesn't have a whole lot of experience. Uh, hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah, Siakam is a beast. He is a beast. He's a Swiss Army knife. Um, he definitely does his thing, but they just don't quite have enough to meet championship expectations right now. Yeah, they got, they were close to getting that old stupid mid-season tournament or whatever it is. If you want to cheer on that and you want to say something about that, Cybers, then that's probably the closest that the Indiana Pacers will probably get to a championship, at least for right now. But I like, of course, I like Halliburton. On this channel, I love Halliburton. Right now, man, the point guards, the top point guards in this league right now are Halliburton. I'm talking about prototypical point guards. We're not talking about, shoot first point guards, combo guards, any of that other nonsense. Okay, I got Halliburton. I'm not in any order. Okay, so don't take it and run with it. But I got Halliburton. I got De'Aaron Fox. I got Jalen Brunson. Right, I can't wait till it either because and plus you're gonna make your money too, side. And for those of y'all that like to gamble, that love to put your money where your mouth is. Cypress is the man to do that, man. He'll place bets. You know what I'm saying? He knows the numbers. Definitely go sub to his channel, man. He knows the numbers. He's checking it daily. You know what I'm saying? Cypress do know his sports, man. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? We go at each other, man. But nah, he knows. He got to keep up with that type of stuff, man. And he's a betting man. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna turn down any fade when it comes to bet. Over, under, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? He's always checking in Vegas. Um, and those are my top point guards right now when I'm talking about prototypical point guards. Yeah, playoffs. Yeah, it will be exciting. I like the parity. You know what I'm saying? Now I wanted to see. I told the brother Cypress this, man. I wanted to see San Antonio in there. I think it would have been so exciting, man, to see a guy like Wemby make it, you know what I'm saying, in his young career, do something, that very few have done in their rookie season, you know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna happen this year. The Spurs ain't gonna make it, but it's something to look forward to. Uh they gotta worry about making the play in. They got to worry about making the play in. This is another thing. I want to give a shout out to the brother Brandon Love Sports too. Go sub to Brandon Love Sports. he brought up a good point that I failed to mention when I was talking about the Kings and when I was talking about the Lakers. Okay, but when I talk about D'Lo does not, and I think I said this yesterday too as well. D'Lo does not play well. It seems like he has something. Whenever LeBron is on the floor, it's like he can't be himself, and he's got to get out of that mindset. Now that right there, he has to just say, you know what, skip it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do what I can do. But like I said, Cybers, you think I'm joking when I say this? In order for the Lakers to have a shot, it's got to be three things. Of course, everybody got to be healthy. D'Lo got to play well, and AD has to be the monster that he has been for the majority of the season. Yeah, Golden State. Now I'll tell you what, man. Golden State is just going to come down to health, man. I don't see Golden State making it. I had already told some of the fellas on Ticket's channel, man, that Golden State is not dangerous because of their health and because nobody in the they're not going to be able to beat a team if they even have a chance of facing a team like the Nuggets, because the Nuggets have size on them, and they have debt. Now they did lose Carl Anthony Towns, but they don't have anybody that can stop Anthony Edwards. The only thing that you will probably have to do is you'll probably have to make Anthony Edwards a shooter, because he has been inconsistent in terms of his field goal percentage. But besides that, I'm sorry, not Anthony Edwards. If they face a team like the Timberwolves, who are long too, as well as the Nuggets, you don't have nobody on the Nuggets that can stop Jokic, and you also have 5, 6, 7 guys that can get you 20, and also you have 2 or 3 guys that could get you doubles or triple doubles. And then with Minnesota, you also got to realize you still got Gobert. I don't think he's going to be as exposed as he was. I think he's been working on this aspect of the game. They're trying to get Carl Anthony Towns back by the end of well, he's going to be reevaluated in the next 4 weeks. They're trying to get him back before the playoffs and everything. I don't think it's a good idea, but that's what they want to do. So when you take it into account, the Lakers facing them, they have to be clicking on all cylinders. Yeah, CP3. You said why Christian Wood ain't playing center. I don't know, but Christian Wood, man, he had some stuff going on. Christian Wood, man, he's really been he's really been a disappointment, man. AD need to be at 4. Christian Wood need to be at the 5. AD can play pretty much both. I like what Darvin Ham is doing with AD. It's just that he, let's just be honest, Sabonis has just been a terror on the boards, and he just needs to get better with that. Now, I believe that, okay, if they happen to meet up in the playoffs, I think that AD will surprise a lot of people. I have that hunch. But we also got to realize that Sabonis is a monster, and your problem doesn't stop there. You got Malik. Okay, you got Malik that that be hooping. I don't think a lot of people are looking at him. And then you also have De'Aaron Fox. Okay, they have scorers on their squad. You said LeBron could play center. Yeah, he should at this stage of his career. Yeah, no, AD is naturally a 4. He's naturally a 4. But like I said, the good thing about AD is his versatility. Now, that's what you have to appreciate about him, Cypress and Ted. Y'all was saying that AD, was soft and everything like that. The reason why I can't call him soft, and the reason what I was saying that you can't call him soft, is because of the fact not only has he been playing 4 as well as 5, you know what I'm saying, he has stayed relatively healthy for the whole entire season. I don't know if the 65 game rule lit a fire up under him. I don't know what it was, man, but he really has played phenomenal, except against the Kings. Now, he played good in terms of the numbers for two of those games, because two of those games he had over 20. One of the games he had 30. But then he had one game where he was 9-9. I want to say, I don't know if he got hurt that game because he only played like 30 something minutes. And then the other game he had like 14. Can the Pelicans, absolutely. Zion has been hooping. Listen, fuck what Stephen A. Smith says, okay? Don't listen to that motherfucker. He had the audacity to get on Saquon, and I'm gonna talk about that in a whole nother video. Zion has been hooping, bro. Zion has been balling. Okay, now the Pelicans are not frauds. Now they can be a scary team too as well. Okay, yeah, Zion has been hooping, man, and I like Zion's attitude this year. He's starting to show a little bit of toughness. The LDBC, they've been very critical of Zion, talking about the weight, talking about the eating and all that other stuff. But he's going out there, man. He reminds me so much of Larry Johnson. LJ, I think is best at best is a second round exit. They probably will. I can't disagree with you on that, Cypress. I will give you that because they're a young team. I wouldn't be surprised if they knock a big team out. They make like a slight little Cinderella run, and then next thing you know, their run comes to a close because of the youth factor. You know what I'm saying? But Bashiro and Anthony, man, I like what they're doing, and of course they got the OG there, Joe Ingles. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, me and Joe Ingles, man, we supposed to link up, man. He's supposed to be throwing a barbecue later, man. Y'all coming through? Nah, I'm fucking with y'all, man. Yeah, Joe Angles, man, he gonna put a slab of ribs on, you know what I'm saying? Got some brisket and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Cypher's gonna mess with it though, man. He know barbecue coming from that Memphis and all. But nah, man. Look, bro. It right now, I think what Paul Pierce and KG are basically saying is that it's up. It could be up in the air. Nobody's really looking at the Bucks as a threat. Cypress said that the Bucks aren't really a threat. Everybody else has kind of agreed that the Bucks aren't a threat. Now I know the brother Ticket probably got the Bucks winning the championship and everything, but that remains to be seen because I got to look at it from this angle too. And I never looked at it this way. Middleton got to be healthy, though. You know what I'm saying? And Middleton got to be healthy. And Bobby Portis. I'm looking, of course, Dame, of course, Giannis and everything. They're playing at a whole nother level or whatever. But they have to have those other pieces fall in line. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. Like I said, man, I agree with Paul Pierce, and I agree with KG. The Heat are definitely, you got to watch out for them. You know what I'm saying? You just do. You said Beasley has to stay consistent. Yeah, he does. He does. He has to stay consistent, man. You say you got the Bucks in 6. Wait, what against who though? Against who, Ron? Against who? Are you talking about the Celtics? Are you talking about in the finals? Are you talking about who you talking? What team? Because I don't think it. You said anybody in the East? No. It's not gonna be that easy, man. Not gonna be that easy. It's not gonna be that easy, man. Not gonna be that easy. The only way that I would say that is if all the teams have somebody that's injured. Other than that, nah, it's gonna be a dogfight. Yeah, Giannis is on a mission. Giannis is on a mission, but I believe that everybody else is on that mission. Dame is starting to show that he's on a mission. And like I said, I got Giannis as my favorite player, but I don't and I also have him, me in my opinion, I think right now he's the face of the league. Many people would disagree with that, but everybody would say LeBron and everything, but Giannis to me is the best player hands down. You know what I'm saying? I know he ain't got the shot and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter. It's more than just that. It's more than just having a shot. Well, we got to look at Dame. Dame has never been to a finals. Okay, so and he's never yet alone won a championship. So the expectations for Dame are much, much higher. Okay, you could keep saying all this Dame time all you want to and stuff, but I want to see game time. You know what I'm saying? Not lame time, because he's failed to meet expectations. You said the Bucks versus the Nuggets, but they still can't beat the Nuggets right now. Nobody's beating the Nuggets right now until you could give me until you could give me at least 7 guys on that roster that can get you 20 plus points. That closes that argument. Yeah, Halliburton is much better point guard than Dame would ever even dream of. He might be better offensively. Okay, he might be better offensively. Dame might have more moves and more in his bag and everything like that. But Halliburton already at this age is already a better playmaker, a better point guard. He just does everything better across the board. He plays decent defense. Yeah, and I know you want to look at Dame as oh, he's so nice, and he finishes at the rack, and he pulls up and pointing to his wrist and all that other stuff. Man, I don't look at none of that shit. What has he done? The first, and then if he don't win it, Ron, then what you gonna say? Or how many rings he got? Zero. Okay. Halliburton's an all-star. That's what he is. Halliburton played y'all in the mid-season tournament. Halliburton is the best team on his. I mean, best player on his team. Halliburton was in the MVP conversation before he got hurt. That's who Halliburton is. Shoot, you lying. You just don't know him, and you just not paying attention to him. But we over here on this channel and throughout the LDBC, oh no, nah, they know who Halliburton is. Matter of fact, there were so many teams that were trying to go after Halliburton when he had came from the Kings. I think you forget that he played for the Kings, and a lot of people weren't taking notice of him. I took notice of him because we were actually in position to get Halliburton. Right. He doesn't have any rings, not yet, but he got potential to. That's what I'm saying. Does Dame have any rings? Okay, all right. So you got to keep it consistent. Hey, he made it. There's a lot of people that have messed up shots. Let's go throughout the course of history. You had Kevin Martin. He had a messed up shot, right? Yeah, Anthony Mason. He had a messed up shot. As much as I love Sam Perkins, you know what I'm saying? The great Sam Perkins played for UNC, man. He had an ugly shot. Michael Kidd Gilchrist, he had an ugly shot. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's going in. That's all that matters. It's going in. Sean Marion, he had an ugly shot. Come on, man. Reggie Miller, he didn't have the best looking shot in the world, but it went in. If you wanna subject it to that, man, come on, man, you got to come with something better than that. If it's going in, then what can you say? Yeah, he's averaging 25 and 14 too. I mean, come on, man. That's Hey, listen, you said the same thing about Maxi, and look what he doing. No, they're not. No, they weren't. Sean Marion wasn't trash. He got a ring. He got a ring when he went to Dallas. Kevin Martin, you know what I'm saying? He put up some buckets. He didn't win no ring or nothing like that, but he wasn't trash though. Kevin Martin could ball. Reggie Miller. Okay, so are you gonna bring the rings argument with him? Because Reggie Miller don't have no rings, but you always basing that that rings argument with everybody else. So you gonna apply that to him? He rode the bench. Who rode the bench? Who rode the bench? Sean Marion didn't ride no bench. You better go look at his minutes. He was very impactful for the Mavericks. Matter of fact, he was part of the main reason that they won too. It wasn't all Dirk. Come on now, you better look at Sean Marion. You better look at Tyson Chandler. You better look at Jason Kidd. You better look at all them guys. You calling all these guys trash, but like I said, you step in front of them, they'll blow right past you. Sean Marion, I think he ran. He's got a really fast 40, so I don't think you'll be able to keep up with Sean Marion. And he jumps extremely high. Yeah, Kevin Martin was a starter. Come on, Ryan, you gotta do better than that, brother. But anyway, man, let me go ahead and get up out of here, man. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Be sure to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit them notifications too. Until then, I'll get at y'all later.